Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Creative Studio. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome. And for those of you returning, welcome back. I'm Jen and I am a freelance graphic designer, illustrator, and educator based out of the Midwest, and I run Bella and Sophia Creative Studio, as well as the learning platform learncreatedesign.com. On this channel, you will find in-depth creative tutorials relating to design, creative business, and illustration. I also share a behind-the-scenes view of the work that I do as a creative freelancer and educator. For the last couple of years, I've been really enjoying creating a top 10 trend forecast for graphic design and surface pattern design. I find trends really can help guide personal design work as well as keep us freelancers on top of the design aesthetics and movements in the creative industry. So today I will be sharing my top 10 trends for 2023. Let's get started. The first trend we'll be looking at is digital inspired filter and geometric patterns. We saw a lot of these prints at Coachella. Inspired by the design for digital trends and the metaverse, abstract prints include new wave, ombre, heat maps, and more. Technology has now gone offline and continues to influence the appearance of the new real world. Virtual worlds and human civilization have become deeply bound together, with repeated gradient geometric patterns as elements combined with a texture of crisp materials. We see a really unique interpretation of the future of fashion. The next trend we'll be looking at is nature and earth-inspired prints. Climate change continues to be a hot button topic. It has dominated the headlines for the last few years, with the younger generation leading the charge and fighting for change. It's no surprise that fashion would follow suit, but let's hope it's not in vain, considering the fashion and textile industry has a large global impact on the environment, and it has not always been a good thing. Sustainability has been a push forward as brands try and work through cleaner processes for production. Yet, we're also seeing designers depict this narrative in their surface pattern designs for their textiles as well. Splashes of green inspired by grass blades, lush plant life, and even things like cloud-like prints are some of the prints that we're likely to see in 2023. We're also likely to see brands continue to utilize digital printing versus traditional color printing for fabrications. The more modern machinery and advanced ink, it can save millions of tons of water being either wasted or polluted, and color-fast pigments are now used to highlight and color the textile fibers in a much more sustainable way. The next trend we'll look at is the community-inspired prints. The illustration world saw an influx of locally inspired artwork like maps over the last few years. Heritage, culture, and community all play a big role in most people's everyday lives. Designers have also pulled inspiration from the world around them. They're showcasing the love of their communities, cultures, and heritages in their artwork, and we're seeing quite a bit of it in 2023. We are likely to see this in illustrated prints inspired by things like urban legends, hand-drawn maps featuring loved communities, and even landmarks that can play out in beautiful toile de jouy fabrics. Printed on white or off-white canvas or linen, toile often depicts a detailed pastoral scene, floral arrangements, and other images inspired by nature. The next trend we're looking at is the groovy tropical floral. Florals are a stronghold in this year's surface pattern design trends, but this trend is all about vibrant tropical florals. These are fun, have a bit of a retro vibe to them, and you see it all over vacation wear for spring and summer. Many of these large florals are vivid, featuring zany large tropical floral prints. But we're also seeing small appliques, painted, stamped, graphically illustrated flowers. The next trend we're looking at is the Camo Inspired trend. We continue to see throwbacks inspired by the 2000s. With the continuation of the cargo pant trend, traditional camouflage is also having its moment in the print world. You might see these prints in baggy cargos, statement outerwear, or trending baseball caps. Camouflage will be a definite trend to keep up with in the new year. The next trend we're looking at is pretty Paisleys. With the rise of the grandma aesthetic, we see more and more of the Paisley prints in fashion and interiors. Paisley is seen as one of the most enduring motifs that man has ever devised, having been in constant use for more than 2,000 years. The history of this beloved bohemian textile can be traced all the way back to ancient Persia. Paisley is definitely making a comeback for 2023. The next print we're going to be looking at is photo florals, inspired by beautiful feminine photorealistic florals, but with a collage style twist. Mixing and matching and layering real flowers in graphic ways using photo manipulation techniques is one way we're seeing this. These flowers are large and in charge. They're bold and eye-catching. They're created with bright and at times jarring color options, but this is a fun print style that you will likely see throughout summer. The next trend we're going to be looking at is the 70s floral. When you think of the 1970s, the phrase flower power probably pops into your head. Floral patterns and breezy designs defined fashion in this groovy decade. The flower power movement was rooted in anti-war ideas. When we look at the return to the 70s, we are seeing colors that include a softer range of colors with a mix of neons like chartreuse, and we'll also see florals that feel nostalgic, cute, and kitsch. They also have a bit of a patchwork vibe. The next trend we're going to look at is Liberty prints. Liberty prints can be anything but dull. Designers love this kind of print for its playful, quirky, and mysterious appearance. It's a well-known fabric that includes different animal styles, botanical prints, paisley, conversational, and ikat motifs. However, floral motifs tend to remain the most popular among young shoppers. It's definitely one of the top prints to look out for in 2023. And the final surface pattern design print trend that we're going to be looking at is the watercolor and ink print. Spring really brings out the softer side of things. People really like to embrace the softer styles during the season, so it's no surprise that watercolor patterns are showing up on the runway and in prints. I see this as a nice spin-off from last year's focus on tie-dye, but with the added effect of these blotchy, almost diluted-like edges that remind me of runny India ink on paper. I hope you found this rundown of these top 10 surface pattern design trends for 2023 helpful. If there's a trend that you think should also be mentioned, leave it in the comments below. Let me know why you like it and how you think it'll be used this year. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on my latest tutorials, course launches, and of course vlogs. If you're interested in my courses on surface pattern design, definitely check them out on Skillshare or on my learning platform, learncreatedesign.com. If you're looking for other ways to connect with me, you can find me online at www.bellasofiacreative.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.